And spurred by Ken's cutting words, Francis decided to conduct an experiment. He downloaded a dating app and created what he called a ghost profile. There were no chiseled torso shots, no flawless professional lighting, and no traces of his famous online persona. Instead, he uploaded a few blurred, grainy photos of himself swallowed up in a plain, oversized hoodie. To the digital world, he looked entirely unattractive, unremarkable, and average. He wasn't looking for a casual partner to admire his physical perfection. He was looking for a real person who could see past the surface. He wanted to find someone who wanted him, not the brand he had built. He was stepping into the shadows, desperately searching for a truth hidden beneath a calculated lie. And Francis filtered through the usual shallow noise of the dating app, dodging the quick demands for explicit photos and instant hookups. But then he matched with Marcus. Their conversation didn't start with a superficial compliment or a photo. It started with a simple, genuine joke. Then came a shared laugh, breaking through Francis's cynical walls. And soon, text messages transformed into late-night voice notes. Marcus's voice was warm, grounded, and entirely unaware of who Francis was to the rest of the internet. For the first time in years, Francis felt a spark of pure, unmanufactured connection. He found himself replaying Marcus's voice notes in the dark, letting the comforting sound lull him to sleep like a lifeline. After a full week of digital whispers, the digital shield finally came down. They agreed to meet at a dimly lit bar, tucked away from the crowded city center, a place where Francis could remain hidden. Walking in, Francis's heart raced with an unfamiliar anxiety, and he spotted Marcus sitting at a corner table, looking exactly like his photos, relaxed, genuine, and warm. When their eyes met, a sudden jolt went through the room. As they began to talk, the easy rhythm they shared online instantly translated into the real world. The chemistry between them was completely electric, a powerful physical pull so intense it made Francis' skin literally ache with longing. He was no longer just a voice behind a screen. Every professional instinct Francis possessed screamed at him to take control of the situation. His default setting was to invite Marcus back to his apartment, dim the lights, and perform the seductive role he had perfected for thousands of screens. But as Marcus reached across the small table, his hand gently brushing against Francis's arm, Francis completely froze. The warmth of that simple, genuine touch sent a wave of sheer panic through his veins. And for the first time in his entire adult life, he wasn't eager, he was absolutely terrified of being touched. He realized that this wasn't a script he could direct. If he let Marcus get close, the carefully constructed illusion would shatter, leaving him entirely exposed. Marcus looked at him, his eyes filled with a soft, quiet concern as he noticed Francis pulling away. The tension in the air was thick enough to break. When Francis swallowed hard, staring at the man who loved the ghost, but knew absolutely nothing about the reality. He was trapped in a prison of his own making. If they stepped across that line, Marcus wouldn't just see his body, he would see the man Francis was trying so desperately to hide. He would see the camera, the industry, and the mask. Fear gripped his heart tighter than any desire he had ever manufactured, and for the first time, Francis realized that being truly seen might mean losing the only real thing he had ever found. The silence screamed,